We want to find the standard form of the equation for a hyperbola that has vertices at -2, 9 and -2, 3, and the guide rectangle intersects the conjugate axis at 0, 6 and -4, 6. So let's go ahead and plot these points so we can see what's going on with this hyperbola. -2 and 9, that is a vertex. And -2 and 1, 2, 3, that is another vertex. So already I can see that I've got a vertical transverse axis, and the center is going to be halfway between the two vertices. So the center must be right here. So I can see that the center is going to be at, it looks like I'm at -2, 6. And I also see that it's a vertical transverse axis. You see the vertices from the center are in the y direction, so I know the y is positive. And to get a 6 for a y value in the center, this is going to be -6 squared over, we'll put the denominators in a minute. So x, to get -2 for the center, this must be a +2 squared over something equals 1. So I've got the y term positive because the transverse axis is vertical. Now let's see if we can figure out, we know underneath the y squared is b squared. I can find b because b is how far from the center I would need to go in the y direction to get to a vertex. And you can see that b is going to be 3. So if b is 3, then b squared is 9. Now let's put our other piece of information on the picture. The guide rectangle intersects the conjugate axis at 0, 6, so right there, and -4, 6. And we can see that that center is in between there again. That's enough info that we could, let's go ahead and graph this hyperbola. We can now see the guide rectangle, and we could make the asymptotes. They are the diagonals of that guide rectangle. And so we could go ahead and graph this hyperbola. It would look like this. But let's figure out the piece we need. The piece we need is we need a squared underneath the x. And so how do we figure out a squared? Well, from the center, this would be a. So it looks like a equals 2. And if we square that 2, then we would have 4. So here is the equation of the hyperbola that meets these conditions.